Hello, second grade. We're going to continue on with handwriting today. We're going to work on the letters O and C. Remember, with your handwriting, make sure you're sitting in your chair, your back is against your chair, nice and straight. If your feet reach the ground, make sure they're on the ground so we have good handwriting position. I'm going to start with capital O first. We'll put our pencil on the skyline. You'll move your pencil to the left, bring it straight down to the baseline. Your O should sit on the baseline. Bring your pencil up, close it at the top. We'll go around, down, back up, close it at the top. You don't want to leave any space. And we'll do a total of 10 capital O's. If there's one you really like, when we're finished, you can circle it. If you make a mistake, remember this is your practice paper, so just put an X over it and add an extra for whatever you cross out. Make sure your O's are not too thin, they're not too wide, but a total of 10 is great. Then we're going to move on to lowercase o. Lowercase o is going to start at the midline. So we'll start, curve to the left, go down to the baseline, back up to the midline, close your O, and lift your pencil up. And we'll do a total of 10 lowercase o's. Going from left to right. Remember, on practice paper, you don't need to cross anything out. Or I'm sorry, you don't erase, just cross it out if you make a mistake. So 10 beautiful O's. Again, if there's one you really like, go ahead and circle it. Then we're going to go on to a capital C. I'm going to put a dot about halfway between the midline and the skyline to show you where to start your capital C. We'll bring it up, touch the skyline, curve down to the baseline, and bring your pencil up. That halfway between the midline and the skyline, curve around, and bring it up. We'll have 10 beautiful capital C's. Remember to include some really good spacing in between your letters. I know sometimes with a lot of practice, you put a lot of letters on a line and they're just too close together. So make sure either you could put a finger in between your letters or the end of the pencil in between your letters so you have good spacing. Lowercase c, I'm going to put a dot about halfway between the midline and the baseline. Bring it up, around, it sits on the baseline and up. So they're identical, they look identical. Just one starts at the skyline and the other one starts at the midline. Just like that. And again, if there's a capital or lowercase you really like, go ahead and circle it. That would be fine. For your practice, you will be in your Benson handwriting book. We're going to start on page 20, and you'll start practicing your capital O, capital C, lowercase o, lowercase c in your book. You'll practice tracing and then go ahead and write the letter on the line. You have 4 words on page 20, old, onion, cute, and carrot to practice. On page 21, you have the words over, only, came, change, lock, rock, sock, lock, and clock. Then in the middle of page 21, you have the question where you have your capital W. Remember to go all the way up with a line in the center and with a question mark. So you're going to trace over what is a wooden timepiece. Write the question again, and then using your rhyming words that are on the second line on page 21, you're going to use your rhyming words to answer the question. Finally, you're going to end up on page 21 where you get to create your own sentence using one of the words from above. And then with your cute little monster character, there's a little reminder that says, check your tall letters. Make sure they touch the skyline. So anywhere you have a tall letter, like for the L or the T, you want to make sure it's at the skyline, and then you bring it straight on down. So you're going to practice O and C and then complete pages 20 and 21. Take a picture and load it into Seesaw for your teacher. Happy writing!